Hi, this is Ruben Langdon on the Vinny Langdon Show.
Hey, what's going on? Well, the Langdon family definitely works hard, including this man, Ruben Langdon, always working, right?
I try to be, yes.
Try to be, right?
Right.
So tell us a little bit background on yourself, actor, stunt person, you do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I've been staying pretty busy doing a little bit of everything, kind of jumping, wearing many hats and jumping from project to project. But currently, I'm actually focused more on the producing side, and my company, Just Cause Productions, we're developing a 3D pipeline to. Actually, we have developed a 3D pipeline to basically shoot everything in stereoscopic 3D, shoot, edit, do the special effects and everything. So hopefully the next big 3D feature that you see will be done by Just Cause Productions.
That would be cool. Now, not only in LA are you located at, but you also have a studio overseas, right?
Yes, so our main facilities are in LA. That's where I'm based, and then my partner runs our Tokyo studio. And then we recently opened up to Beijing and Taiwan. And
Wow.
we have partners out there that are kind of getting things set up. So
That's good.
yeah, so that's that side of the business is going well. But myself personally, my career as an actor, performer, still staying busy, doing motion capture work for a number of projects that I can't really talk about right now. But of course, most recently, the biggest project that I've worked on so far has been Avatar,
Right.
and that is out in theaters, or was out in theaters, now on DVD, and I think it's going to be re-released in theaters. I heard rumors.
Really?
So go back and see it again.
There you go. And what part were you?
For the most part, I was Jake Sully's kind of stunt body double. Avatar was just amazing. Every day it was this huge, big production, but yet it still felt like a family. And working with James Cameron and the crew, it was a dream come true.
Yeah. You're like, what am I doing on a set? James Cameron's over my shoulder.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was nuts. But I mean, it was fun. I had so much fun, and everybody. It was about the project. There was no egos that I saw, at my level. I'm sure maybe somewhere, but it was all about really everybody trying their best, trying to do, make the best project that they could possibly do, and that's across the board with all the game projects I've worked on, and most of the films and everything. It's just being part of a really cool project. That's my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
So whether it's performing as an actor, doing the stunts or whatever. And now producing, and kind of my goal as a producer is to get those projects together and create the teams that are passionate about those projects.
Now, for a stunt person, I mean, what's your personality like? When you first started, did someone in high school push you off and you fell down and got back up? I mean, how did you, some people probably wouldn't like being thrown around.
Sure. Yeah, I was always, I guess, kind of a daredevil as a kid, trying to do goofy, crazy stunts, jumping off of roofs and rappelling and climbing water towers. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, so we would climb water towers in the wee hours of the night and rappel off of them. But stupid, crazy kid stuff. Don't try that at home, by the way, kids. You will get arrested. And then I always liked martial arts, and I had really wanted to do martial arts, but I guess as a kid I never had the opportunities. There was nothing around, no dojos or schools around where I could study. So but my interest was always there. And then at the age of 19, I went to Japan, and then it was everywhere. There was martial arts galore, and immediately I enrolled in some classes, and then it just kind of took off from there, mixing the martial arts with my daredevil spirit and getting proper training that kind of the guys out there taught us how to take falls and do stunts without getting hurt, and legally.
So you do a little bit of everything. You even do voiceover. You did Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
You did some stunt work with The Office, and you got this long resume. Worked with Jackie Chan, just to name a few. And what do you like the most? I mean, now you're stuck in that production, because I know with my show, I'm like, I always want to be in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always that way. Someone's got to do the editing work and behind the scenes.
Right.
So what do you enjoy the most?
Good question. Ultimately, I do prefer being in front of the camera and doing, the voiceover and the acting kind of thing. But it all, the whole, wearing the many hats is, I think it's kind of a must, because to ultimately the most enjoyable part of I guess this whole entertainment thing is the final product. Whatever, if it's a game, if it's a movie, if it's 3D or a music video or whatever, it's having a good fun project that you're working on, and I'd rather whatever aspect of it is, whether it's stunts or of course acting is fun, but producing, stunt coordinating, directing. As long as the project is a good project, I don't mind wearing whatever hat it is. I think that the goal is to work on those cool, fun projects that you're passionate about.
And have you ever had something happen where you said, okay, this is enough, I'm not going to be a stunt person anymore?
All the time.
What am I
Yeah,
doing?
I mean, I never would say I'm never going to be doing stunts ever again on anything. It's usually about the project. It's like, okay, this project I can walk away from. I don't need to be a stunt guy on this project because, because of like what I was saying earlier, because of egos involved or
Right,
or,
exactly.
or whatever. If it wasn't, it's not the right reasons. There's people there for the not the right. There are people there for not all the right reasons, and when you can see that and when you realize that, then maybe you shouldn't be there as well. That's kind of my philosophy. Anyways,
go.
sorry to get all kind of philosophical on you and take it up to this other level, but yeah.
That's all right. So Fanime Con 2010, we're here, and you're a guest honor. And how do you feel about that?
This is, I think, like my third or fourth Fan Anime, and I really love the crowd. I keep coming back. They keep inviting me for one thing. That's always good. But I always keep coming back because it's such an awesome energy. It's a con by the fans, and I've been to quite a few other cons, and this one is probably my favorite, just because of the energy and having all the fans come in and being passionate about the project. And it's not about necessarily making money. Of course, you have to pay the bills and everything else, but it's very the energy. It's a unique, different energy. Talking about those movie projects, it's that same kind of passion that kind of carries over, and I just love to be part of anything that has that kind of passion.
Yeah. So talk to us, because you do a lot of animation for a lot of video games and small projects as well. Now, how does someone get involved with that? Because it could be a hobby, but they want to become professional at it,
Right.
and of course, sometimes it's an expensive hobby. So how do people get started with that, making video games animation wise?
Right. Well, it was kind of a long story, but to sum it up, it's been kind of step by step. My partner in my company, Just Cause Productions, we started out more on the talent side, coordinating, and our ultimate goal was always to do our own productions, our own films. And having that goal in mind, we would take on small jobs little by little, and always go above and beyond and do the best that you can, and then some on every job, whether it's small or large or whatever. And by doing that, each time, people recognize your work, and never do anything halfway. That was kind of our philosophy. Was always to go above and beyond. And per project, it's been almost 10 years now since we've been in business. And per project, we've just been slowly establishing ourselves and proving ourselves. And every time, companies like Capcom, they've been really supportive and giving us more and more opportunities, because they always see that we're I hate to use the word so many times, but passionate and really gung ho about everything we do. And it's just that kind of continuing, baby steps at first, and then we were very fortunate when our company was awarded Resident Evil 5 to produce and do the animation. We really didn't know what we were doing, to be honest. Hopefully Capcom's not watching this. But we pulled through. Everybody in our company, we really tried hard and studied and did as much as we could. We had a lot of support from other people, and at the end of the day, we delivered I think a pretty good product. Capcom was happy. I think the sales kind of proved that we did a good job.
And sometimes that works better when you're doing a project for the very first time and say, let's try it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of been, we would take baby steps, and then something big would happen. Okay, let's jump into this. And then same kind of thing right now with the whole 3D stereoscopic 3D world is we were taking baby steps, and it's it's exploding very fast, with especially with Avatar being so successful, and now it seems like everything's going 3D.
Yeah. So what does your family think about you doing this?
Oh, good question. They're always supporting me.
Walk into GameStop and see, Dante from Devil May Cry and go, hey, there's Ruben.
Well, unfortunately, both my parents aren't very tech savvy, and they really they're just now, like 5 years, 10 years later, just now starting to understand that computer generated image is moved by my motion, and has my voice on there, but. I still have to fly back home and help them set up their DVD player when it breaks, because if it's not, the settings just get off by a mistouch on the remote control. So I think they're just now getting to find out what it's all about. So but they support me.
Well, that's okay. That's good. Now, talk to us one last time before we close out. The technology is keeps getting advanced. Things are changing. Things go wrong. Things, you can't have this with that. Where do you see video games in the future?
Well, I definitely believe in the game engines, and like the PlayStation 3, hopefully soon the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720 or
Million.
whatever, gazillion billion. But I think it's the technology and the real-time rendering that these game engines can do now. It's so powerful and it's so amazing that I just feel that that's kind of going to be where the direction of video games, and the more powerful game engines, which is basically the program or the software that run that the game lives in, and with computer power getting faster and better. There's so much you can do that, and everything's going 3D. It's just every day there's some new development coming out with these game engines, and I think just keep your eye out on the different game engines, the CryEngine and Unreal, and companies like Capcom have the Frameworks game engine that can do some amazing stuff. Mm-hmm. So utilizing those game engines for other applications is kind of what we're looking into, not just games.
Right.
And I know a lot of people are looking into that kind of technology and to see where it goes. So we'll see.
Yeah, soon everything will be in IMAX. That'll be crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll be having IMAXs in our house.
Yeah. And if people want more information on your upcoming projects, where can they go?
You can always check out my personal website at rubenlangdon.com, and my company website at for-the-cause.com.
There you go. Check it out. Check him out in action, doing all his crazy moves.